You're listening to the Sisterhood of the Traveling Personalities podcast. I'm your host, Naomi Hammond, and my co-host, Florence Davis. Our goal is to bring you hope and help guide you through this thing called life by sharing our own experiences, life lessons, and goals. We're not licensed therapists, just two women on a journey set out to be, do, and have whatever we want. So sit back, grab a glass, pour your favorite wine, and enjoy the show. So tonight, since I have been, hearing and watching so many different videos about feminine and masculine, I figured that this would be an awesome topic for us to talk about tonight. So the question is, what type of woman are you? Are you a masculine or are you a feminine? And we both gonna answer the question, but I'll let you go first.
Okay, I'll start out. I can actually be both. It just depends upon the person and the situation. I'm a masculine woman when it comes to me taking care of my business, being independent, not waiting on anybody to get the things I want. But I'm feminine when I need this attention that I need. And I allow the man to be the man because I want him to lead and I'm tired of leading. So we can be both, be versatile with it. But mainly I'm masculine because I'm independent and I'm a single chick. You know how that goes.
Okay, for me, I'm more of the feminine woman. I'm not all that masculine when it comes to, I understand when we're at work and, the different masks that the different hats that we have to put on, we have to play that tough role, have to have the tough skin and everything like that. But for the most part, I say 95% of the time, I am in the feminine. I don't feel as though that I need to be that. I can get the things that I want by just being me, just a feminine woman. I don't possess those, I could be rough. Don't get me wrong. I can be rough. I can be a little tough, but it's still going to circle back around to me being feminine. Like I said, 95% of the time, you're going to get the feminine side of me.
Okay, interesting. That's cool. So I guess I have a question for you. Do you think that's always a good thing, or does it always leaves you open to be hurt more, or do you protect yourself in any way because you're so feminine? I mean, like I said, me, I'm more masculine, more independent, so I kind of shield myself away from being hurt because I've been hurt so much. So as a feminine woman, how do you handle that?
But being a feminine woman doesn't make me more prone to being hurt by a man. That doesn't necessarily.
You're not so aggressive, so that kind of opens the door for you.
I can be aggressive.
A lot of stuff.
But I can be aggressive. But I don't have to. But I don't have to be the masculine aggressive. There are ways that a feminine woman, can be aggressive.
That's true.
The tone, the way that I walk, the way that I talk, the way that I look at you. A man can sense.
That's true.
Yeah, that femininity. A man can sense that, and men crave that because I feel like
crave the masculine too. So
yeah, but how do you meet if a man wants the equal, not masculine to masculine, masculine to feminine?
It depends upon the situation.
Like what?
Yeah, be versatile. I mean, you know me, I'm open about it. So some men don't want a feminine, all this type of woman. Let's say behind closed doors, he might want you to take control. So you have to be masculine then. So it just depends upon it depends upon the situation. They don't want you to be so feminine because more men see that feminine side as sensitive. Some even may want to call it weak, but it's not weak.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Yeah, experience is taught. That's true. Maybe you haven't ran into anything that was real hardcore, I'll say, to even.
Okay, but let's back up a little bit.
So I think that's probably what it is too, experience, because you may have experienced something, but you may have not experienced on a hardcore level, whereas I experienced it.
Okay, so let's do it this way. What makes a feminine woman feminine? What are the characteristics of a feminine woman? Because when a woman has a child,
always agreeing until they get mad. Then when they get mad, that's when they want to be masculine. But the majority of the time, they're those what do you call them? Okie doke bubblegum chewing, okie dokie bubblegum chewing chicks. Whatever you say, I'm going to do.
That does not, that is
Yeah.
not true.
Yeah,
Because
that's what
I
it
am not
is.
the okie doke, do whatever you say type of chick.
Have you always been the kind of woman you are, or did you evolve into that woman?
No, I feel like I've always been a feminine woman.
No. Have you always been the woman to show your aggressive side, or you've always been a woman that was, okay, that's fine. We're gonna do this. I don't want this. I don't want to deal with no drama. So always keeping the peace. That's a part of that sensitive woman.
I would say when I was younger, I was more aggressive. I would definitely say I was more aggressive when I was younger. Now, being in
your teenage years.
And being in certain relationships, yes, I have transformed more into the feminine woman, but I'm not going to say that I was never feminine. No, that I was more masculine than I was feminine when I was younger. I'm not going to say that I wasn't a feminine woman. I may not have really known how
so
to
you're going to be feminine, but it's just the way you handle yourself and carry yourself, which differentiates you, separates the two. I'm sorry. Like, again, like I say, all that dainty stuff. I mean, to me, that's what it is. Dainty. Me, like I said, I'm versatile. I can be dainty, I can be thug. Whichever I want to be, I can be. But more so, and as you know me, I'm more aggressive.
Okay. But as you know me, I'm not as aggressive.
Right, you're not.
I am more feminine. I'm more.
The water has to boil out of the pot, per se, before you get on that gutter masculine.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I could be rough. I can be rough around the edges if that's what you want to take me to. But 95% of the time, you're gonna get what you see right now. I'm not the rowdy chick. I'm not the I'm gonna say I'm going to say whatever I feel or whatever I think. I'm going to do that, but I don't have to be in the masculine to get that point across. I just feel like, a lot of women come off with that masculine energy. And of course, other people can definitely sense that. People can sense that. I can sense that you are, tough.
Strong-willed.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's strong will. It is what it is. Like, I think that's definitely needed in life. You have to have that confidence, that strength, because if you don't, people will take advantage of it. They'll walk all over you. That's
if
just
you allow them to, but you can still
life.
you can still be in the feminine and not have that type of situation. Not have to deal with things like that.
Never in my life have I seen a woman that was so feminine until she was so passive. She was okie dokie.
I'm not saying that she's so passive.
Listen, to the point where she was feminine and aggressive. No, she was just like, okay, whatever, because she didn't want to rock the boat per se, or do any of that. She was just so willing to please. And most women that are 99% feminine are those pleasers. So I wouldn't say you don't have to be feminine, but I would say you need to balance it out. I would say 50-50 is good, opposed to 95%. That's just my opinion, because the 95% means you will wait until something escalates to a certain level before you step into that masculine role. However, myself, it's already at the door. You get what you see. Although I know how to be feminine and I know how to balance it out, I'm going to come up as who I am. This is me. I know what I want. I say it. I do. That's just me. I can be aggressive at times. Like I say, it depends upon the prey, for me.
I can be aggressive at times too. I can definitely tell you how I feel, say whatever on my mind, give you the attitude, and still be feminine about it.
I don't know, honey, because I haven't seen that side. It wasn't feminine at all.
What do you mean?
When you give the business, honey, the femininity is not there at all. I don't know what you were talking about.
So I turn into the masculine. I just turn into just
listen, and you be so gutted with it, like, and it is what it is. And the attitude's coming. That's not feminine, honey. You have incorporated all that aggression, baby. I've seen you outside of the feminine.
I don't believe that, because see, when I think of masculine, I think of just not giving just not caring at all. Like whatever you just, whatever gonna come out is just gonna come out.
Um,
That's what.
yeah, and you have been that. Yeah. I'm that
Okay, so
more
then I guess
time.
so this is pretty much leading to me evolving into the feminine because
Yes.
yeah, definitely you get my timing wrong, you gonna hear it. You
But
definitely gonna feel it.
I
You're
think the
definitely
feminine
gonna
is
feel it.
good, though. I do think the feminine is good. It's definitely necessary and it's definitely needed. But I think most of that masculine comes from like I just got that independent thing, like having to have to always take care of things. So it's like your feminine side can't overtake it because you always got to be the boss.
I get that. And
So
I know at times that
that's also you got to balance it.
I know at times I've had to take on that role, but I don't know. I guess when I think of masculine, I see the masculine women, they come off like their demeanor is just like,
No.
yeah, the women that I've seen, the women that I hear and the things that they say, and
Mhm.
it's like it's borderline butch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
but see,
just kind of
yeah,
like that's kind of like what when I think of a
yeah.
masculine woman, that's what you're giving off. Like, because
Yeah,
to
but
me,
that's not what I'm interpreting at all. Because I'm very masculine and aggressive, but I definitely don't come off as a butch.
no, I don't mean that.
So
I
that's why I
don't
said.
mean.
So that it's just I know
I
what I
just mean
want.
as far as like your tone. I mean like the way that you carry yourself. Like I don't went from carrying a bag to
Oh,
carrying a
then you
backpack.
didn't say you didn't specify that. You didn't say from that. Come on now, you got to be more general. You
Okay,
want
all
you
right.
weren't general.
Okay, all right. So I mean, like you going from carrying the purse, you don't put the purse down. Now you pulling the gat out. You know what I'm saying? Like you, and I know that women,
Well, I
we
have a cat. I have a
do.
cat, and I definitely love my purse. But I love purses, but I definitely got some heat to put in it too. So I don't
I
know
mean,
what.
I understand the whole balance thing. I just don't think that I would do 50-50. Me
Yeah.
personally, I don't fall in that 50-50. I think it's,
Oh, you
more of
don't.
one
Not
and
yet.
less of another one.
Right.
More of the feminine and less
We
of the
working on it though.
masculine.
Yeah,
Less
because
of the
I mean, if
masculine.
it's the purse and the gat, a purse to put down the gat. See, I balance it out because I carry both. I put them
I guess
together.
so.
See?
I guess so. I guess you have to know when to take one off and when to put the other one
Right, because
on,
my girlfriend, she travels with me often. It's necessary as a single woman. You have to protect yourself. So, yeah, I'm more masculine in that sense, but I definitely am feminine when it comes to everything else. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to what you said when I asked you what do you feel makes a feminine woman? Like what are the characteristics that she
I tell you
possesses?
that they're people pleasers. They're very passive. Um, they're not assertive. They don't, they don't assert themselves. Most of them, not saying you, most of them who have not evolved walk around with their head tilted down. They don't have that confidence level. I mean, it's there, but they're scared to let it shine. They don't want to let their light shine. It's like they're trying to dim it so somebody else can shine.
So they don't want to be in the spotlight. They rather be behind the scenes.
They don't want to upsell themselves because they don't know what to expect. So it's like they don't want to take that chance because they don't know what's going to be what the feedback is going to be, instead of just jumping out the box and let it be what it is. Like I said, they're more passive.
But you also said that sometimes men can see those types of women as being weak.
And they prey on them. Absolutely. Yes, that's the truth.
There are some men out there that are like that. But
women
goes,
yeah,
and that
women and do that to them too.
That's true, but that also goes back to the confidence, like you just said. But when I think, let me just go back a little bit. When a woman has a child, when a woman has a child, all of those feminine, a lot of those feminine characteristics is what that son, let's say she has a son, that's what he's picking up. The nurturing part, the caring piece, the I don't know, it's just a different type of person. A mom isn't masculine when she's raising her son. Now you have some moms that are like that.
Not all of them. See, you're speaking. You're not speaking in general terms.
You have some that are like that.
Because they raise kids on their own. Yeah, they have to be.
But as a woman, though, that's just something I believe is something that's innate. That feminine side, that's something that's already in us. That's not something that we just have to. Yeah.
Of course, it's there. Both are there. But you just have to pick and choose which one is going to be the more dominant to make it.
Correct.
That's all, because when you're born, you have that feminine and that masculine. You just got to choose which one you're gonna let lead, and that depends upon the situation.
All righty, so if your results are not showing you,
having a baby, you're gonna be more feminine because you having your baby, you gotta nurture them. But you also know that when you go to raising no kids by yourself and ain't no dad around, you got to bring out that masculine, because if you're raising a man, you can't be all feminine, because if you do, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, that's true. But your sons, as they get older, they're gonna gravitate towards what they're used to or what they receive from their parent, from their mom.
I agree with that. I damn sure don't
I think
agree
in
with
many
that.
cases it's like that.
Girl, if those boys, whoever got boys, gravitate
Because
to
what else would make a man crave a feminine woman? What else would make a man crave
if those boys gravitate to that, like if those instincts kick in, then they know they know how their mama treated them, right? And they want a woman that's gonna treat them like their mama. So why they be whooping on their ass? Why they be cheating on them?
But that don't happen at all. That don't always happen though. Come on, Flo. We can't say that all men do those types of things. All men do not do that. All men do not beat up on their women.
All men don't cheat, neither do it. Just like all women don't. Beating up was just a general.
I can't say that all men and all women cheat, all men and all women.
General that I put out there, but
to
when
say
you,
all,
like you say, they look for somebody like their mom. And
I'm
you know
just saying,
your mom was, and you know your mom was a good woman. You know your mama taught you all this, and your mama taught you all that. So what makes it go left when you get with a woman that's just like your mama? Pretty much when men look for a woman, when men look for a woman like their mother, they're looking for somebody to take care of them.
That's not always true.
Bullshit.
That's not always true, man. Come on, there's no way that you're gonna say that. Because what about the other parent? Okay, if you're talking about a single mom, but what about the absent parent?
What about it?
What if that son is acting the way that he's acting because
if the absent parent was not there, then they was never taught anything about the other side. All they know is that one side.
And also the things that they see outside of home, that plays a role in it too. Come on now, we cannot leave out your environment. We cannot leave that out.
Like you said, the majority of things kids learn come from in the home.
That's first.
Before they even hit streets, because they're in the home. So whatever you see at home, trust me, you're gonna be ready to flip that back over. And then when you go to the streets and it looks the same way, it ain't gonna do but amp it up more.
Okay, so what makes the masculine man crave the feminine woman? What makes a masculine man? Huh?
About it. Then that goes right back to the same thing we just talked about.
No, it doesn't. That's a totally different question. Yes, what makes a masculine man crave a feminine woman?
That look for women like that because they know their mama done took care of them. They looking for a woman that's gonna take care of them like their mama take care of them. That don't, like you say, that don't mean they're gonna cheat, or that don't mean they're gonna whoop on them. But they looking for somebody that got those qualities because their mama took care of them. Their mama clean for them. So they want that woman that's gonna be clean and all that. They don't want a woman that's gonna be dirty, and men don't want no nasty woman. They want somebody that's like their mama, that can cook, know how to clean, know how to take care of the family, know how to take care of the house. Those qualities are already there. That's what they're looking for, because most women don't bring those out. They like, I don't cook, I don't do this. Well, what do you do? Get in the book. So that's a deal breaker. But like that still goes back.
You know what? That it depends on the type of man. It does, because let's say we talking about the high value man, the man that makes he making it.
Okay.
He got the money. He's a businessman, the professional. You saying that he wants the same thing?
Hell yeah! Now come on with that's right up the right alley.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Really, you think so?
Oh yes, ma'am.
Why do you think that? Because a high profile man. Because a high profile man definitely, all those things that you're talking about, he can buy that. A cook.
A high profile man want that at home. He want the woman that's gonna cook, clean, take care of the home, and only be about him. That faithfulness. That's what the high profile man want. I don't care what he making out of his pocket. Because most of the time he'll leave with his pocket when he go elsewhere. Trust me, he still don't want what he want out there. He want at home what he had at home. He do. Now, if he go out there, that means he wants something else. He want that gutter, that something that he know he ain't gonna bring in his house. When a man, a high profile man, go outside of home, go mess with other people, he ain't looking for no good wholesome girls. And if he happen to fall up on one, then he's stuck because he done made a mistake.
I don't believe that those are the things
We
that high
gotta believe
profile
it, but
men.
because
those are the things that he can buy, like those types of things.
you can buy a woman that can cook, that's naturally come up with the things that she naturally do, not because you ain't got money. He ain't gonna throw his money out there to a woman that he know is real. He gonna test her to see where she at, and once he find out he's not there, he gonna keep her because she got the qualities that his mama had, and she ain't about his money. That's why he kept her.
But the one at home.
The one at home is what I'm talking about.
But so then the one on the outside
is the one who want the money. And there's no.
And that's the one he's still gonna keep around because that's the one that he getting everything else from. That the one in the house.
But that one won't be a priority because home will be a priority. He'll keep her there because he need it as a fallback. In case shit don't work out at home, they gotta always have a cave to go to. If you leave home and say you got a high profile man at home or whatever, and stuff ain't going right or whatever, this little thing's going on, then you meet your little snuggle bunny out there on the streets, and he good people say he meet the qualifications. You ain't gonna let him go either. Cause what if something happened at home? Okay, this man, my friend, we cool, we connect. He just like he is the man too. You ain't gonna let him go because you got it on both ends. So if one fail, you're gonna go to the other one. It's about having, I don't want to say it like that. And then, I'm sure it could be said better, but a backup plan is what it is.
A plan B.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what it is. I mean, just to lean back and let you take the flow. But most of the time, that's what it is, baby sis. If you can find the same thing, and it's sad though, because if you can find the same thing you got at home that isn't out there in the streets, bing, nigga, you done hit gold.
You got you a 2 for 1, huh?
Yeah, man, you done hit gold. Cause I ain't got to kick out in the streets. Like cause at home I got to pay all the bills. I just got to do a little bit over here. And this woman loyal to me, this is what I want. But then he also struggling because he got to maintain. He's stuck trying to keep both of them up, keep both of them happy. That becomes a task too within itself. And it's just sad because stuff like that happen. It may not, like you said, it does not apply to all, I'm sure, because everybody ain't the same,
Correct. Now, I would not say that.
Well, I'll agree with you on that. I'll agree with you on that. But it happens. That's what it is, babe. And like I said, from experience, I'm just speaking from my side of the gate. Your side of the gate ain't like mine.
I got that. I understand that.
It may or may not be. But when I jumped the gate, I know what time it was.
I don't even think I'm really going off experience. I'm just speaking, in general, just like I said, things that I've heard and things that I've seen.
We're gonna speak. We gotta add that in there. Experience is the best.
It is the best teacher. I totally agree with you on that.
Oh, geez.
And that is tough because, being with someone can definitely cause a lot of just confusion.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Causes a lot of confusion.
Even the most masculine woman get confused, like, well, what the hell is going on? Somebody help me out, please.
I mean, yeah, because look, you can have feminine at home and feminine out in the street, and it still be like, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, where am I lacking? Like,
absolutely, I agree.
That part. I totally get that part. But I guess it's like, I've heard once that man has another hole to crawl in, then he willing to cross over. But until
he ain't gonna leave though.
Until he knows that is certain, that is a for sure thing, then he ain't going nowhere.
He ain't gonna
Until
leave.
then, he ain't gonna
Go
go
away for
anywhere.
a couple hours, but I guarantee. And then when the couple hours, he gonna be somewhere pretending to be somewhere he ain't. He really ain't, cause he ain't gonna leave home. The only way he gonna leave home is a breakdown. And then when it started to break down, he gonna be dying to get back to it. Trust me. He ain't gonna leave home unless he just don't have no choice.
Well, we
And
gonna pray.
then he's scared because he don't know how it's gonna be because you done been dipping out the whole time, and your other half or whoever it was, I know you was with somebody else, and they was a side piece. So when you have to try to make them a full-time piece, they don't want that.
Yeah, but you know what? As women, we accept these things. And when we accept these things, we just give them all the power to continue to do whatever it is that they doing, and we just keep going on. But then, shit get real when
Hey,
I decide to make some
that's right.
moves myself because
When a woman get tired or something, be like, "Child, I'm done with that." Next, so when he come, you be like, "Oh no, you better go home," because you can't.
or you just important when you here, and when you not here,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
you're an asset per se, huh? I don't know.
Mm.
That's cool though, because it happens all the time. Sad to say.
You think it happens more to feminine women than it does those that are, possess a little more of the masculinity?
I would say more than probably. I mean, I don't know. I would think so, but these days, girl, I don't know. That's a touch and go
Think it really matters because you can still you can
that's what
say
they're looking for. They want to flip the script as as my people used to say. We gonna flip the script. So
wait, what do you mean? You mean wait? Say that again.
They gonna flip the script. They don't want what's it. They might want the masculine.
Oh, they want the opposite of what they have at home.
They gonna flip the script. Yeah,
could be because that be because you know what that at home piece can make things so damn dreadful and just like. For real, girl, it's just like I don't even want to be there. So now I'm gonna step out and find something that's totally opposite because now I done had enough. She just done ran me rugged.
About that is when you go out there and you find somebody and they actually become your friend. And that's the catchy part about it. If you just gonna find somebody to talk to, don't do all that because you get that person all wrapped up in you, and then you start selling wolf tickets or selling dreams. And like we just said, you ain't never gonna leave home, but you make all the plans in the world to leave home, but you ain't never gonna leave. So now you stringing me along when I was free, cut loose, no chain, and then you befriended me to be your friend, and that's stress. Oh, we friends, we cool, yeah, I care about you, but that's that but. Like the but is the killer, but I gotta make a way of escape or all this other stuff. But that should make women think, what you did, and sometimes we don't think as women what you had to go through or what you had to deal with just to be this man's friend because he demands loyalty and all the other stuff. And then now you finna get ready to leave home, you gotta think about it. Wait a minute. I don't think you can't come in because look what you did with me. Yeah, I'll be real dumb.
Now it's that fear of what you did to her, you gonna do to me.
Yeah, that kid can be like, wait a minute. Yeah, if you did it to her, it's only natural in my mind that you're gonna do it to me.
But do you think that's always the case? Do you think that that's definitely gonna happen? Because there's always a possibility that it may not.
The reason why I say it's going to always be, I think it's going to always be because that woman on the other side accepted that. So whether he make her his wife or whatever, he knows she'll accept whatever he brings to them because she done did it so long. So no matter what he do, she going to stick to him because she's loyal to him because she's already done accepted all the BS that he could have given. So yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay, so that makes it easier for him to just stay because now she's accepting of whatever it is that he's doing. So
why
he doesn't feel like why leave when I can have
why would I leave? Yeah, why would I leave? She know what I'm doing. She all right as long as I go home, make sure the bills paid, take care of what she needs to take care of. I ain't got to worry about it. But that also gets old because eventually she'll wake up and say, yeah, I'm getting too old for this. I'm tired of playing now. I don't want to do that more. Now I want you to be only dedicated to me. Then that's going to drive a problem. It's going to scare the hell out of him.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
That's just my perspective and my, from the way I see things. I mean, it doesn't make me right, but it's my thought process.
Trying to think of something else that we can bring in to incorporate what we already talking about.
Like, nah.
I mean, I totally agree with you. Like, if it ain't what they want, or if it's okay for them to continue to do what they're doing, then why not? Women do the same thing. Like,
absolutely,
like, hey, why the hell? Why should I give up my home? This is home. Why should I give it up? This is what we built. This is what we put time. This is what we invested. We've invested time into this situation, into this relationship. Like, now you want to leave?
Sacrifice and the fear of starting over that holds women and men so hostage, because they don't want, the fear of starting over holds so many people hostage.
Especially as we get older.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here because I just don't want to start over. We got this or we got that. Did y'all have when y'all got together? I mean, to me, my take on it is
excuses.
30 years is just 30 years. Because if you leave me today, them 30 years is no years.
Well, they were 30 years ago.
Right. It's the past.
Right.
And if we got a house here now, we just got to divvy it up. Let's go ahead and because when you buy the house, it depreciates.
Just like this damn relationship.
Absolutely. So let's just count our losses and split it up. If we get anything out of it, we get somebody. If we don't, we did learn a lesson. And we gained a friend, because at the end of the day, you should still be able to remain friends if you've not been together so long. Because you never stop caring about them or not just being concerned about them. You just fall out of love with them.
Yeah, but then you know what? That moving into the next relationship, if that ever happens, that's so much damage and so much baggage that you carrying into the next relationship.
I don't think it's all that, because I'm sure that person who you're going into it with, you're not their first relationship, and they still have some sort of relationship or communication with somebody, if it may not be the last one that they've dealt with, that they were able to keep a friendship with. So I wouldn't so much say it's baggage. I just say it's relationships gained along the way, while you experiencing life. Some of it was bad, some of it was good. Some of them were keepers where we can say, hey, how you doing? You remember this, and we can just talk to, and it strictly stays as talk. It won't go no further.
Wait, but I'm talking about moving into a new relationship.
I know that. And like I said, you didn't hear what I said. I say the person you go into a relationship, I'm sure you're not their first relationship. So they probably still got a friendship, a relationship with the person. Something that may not be the person they just left, but with somebody they dealt with in the past. There's no way. I mean, and it may be possible, but for you to get in a relationship with somebody that ain't never been with nobody, that'd be a thing I ain't never heard of.
The chances of that are probably really highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. And
it's like, I think you should always, it doesn't matter, whatever, always be cordial. Even if you got a relationship, whatever. I don't know, I ain't saying we ain't calling each other every day, but there's still some type of relationship there. May not be the same physical, but it's a connection there.
So we're going to go into something else now. Something else. Why is it? Yeah, something else. Why is it that
I'm not talking about giving these interviews? Why is it what?
Look, I'm going to answer the question too. Now, I'm just. Unless you got something that you want us to talk about.
Go ahead. I'm down.
So, why do you believe that? And I'm only talking about women right now. I ain't talking about men. We're talking about a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you believe that a woman will talk to and treat her man like he is a child? Come on now. Without the giggling now. Why do you think women do that? I can. You know what? I'll answer first.
That's a funny topic. That is definitely a funny topic.
But it's true because women do it, and I've seen it.
Hold on, wait a minute. That's that. When they do that, that's the masculine type, very masculine, but that's the type that try to want to hide their feelings too. So they try to control you, like, they want to get ahead of that. To me, they're trying to get ahead of the relationship. Whereas, okay, they tell you what they're trying to set the stage to make it go their way.
They want to be in charge. They want to be in control.
Whereas when you do that, the only stage you set is a stage of failure. Because ain't no man, even if you taking care of this man, he might lay there for a little bit, but not long. Because even if you give him all your money, he gonna say, hell, I'm still a goddamn man, excuse me for cussing. So you need to pipe down a little bit. I'm still the man. Yeah, you might be making all the money, paying the bills, grinding the husband, but I'm still the man. I still got these 2 sacks. You the female. It's just what it is. But a woman that does that, sad to say, and I don't know if I should say this that way, that woman ain't really happy.
Personally, I think it's ugly.
Yeah, when you ugly, you ain't happy though, correct?
I think it's ugly. I think it's total disrespect.
But when you do that, that means you're not happy, correct? You're not truly happy. When you ugly to people, it's something in you that ain't right, that you ain't happy about.
But see, but there's women out there that they don't know how to sit down and be quiet. They don't know how.
From unhappiness or being hurt. All that, it has to come from somewhere. It don't just come that way.
It does. That's something that grows. That's something that's
so something had to even spark that in order for it to fester and even start to grow. Something sparked that, made that person feel like this is how I have to do. Or because maybe they feel like if I don't do this, then this, like they just have to control everything.
But remember now, because there are men out there that are weak enough to let a woman talk to them any kind of way. So it could be that too. It could be a past relationship
or there are men out there that'll take what they can take. If they got butter at home, but that butter just got a lot of mouth, but I ain't got to work, I ain't got to pay no bills, I ain't even got to wipe my own ass, excuse me. I'm gonna take it for a little while, but like I said, but that's still after a while, that man.
Yeah, but the bums gonna get tired of being mistreated and being put down at some point. Like that's not something that a woman or man.
That's what I'm saying.
Not gonna want to deal with that. I don't care how much money you make.
But that's what I just said. Eventually, eventually they're gonna stand up and say, "Hey, bro, wait a minute, I'm still a man." Or even a woman, like you say, you ain't got to talk to me like that. Come on now, and we both adults. You ain't got to talk to me like respect.
Yeah.
Key.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that's disrespectful. It's low. You have a problem with yourself. You have a problem with authority. You have a problem with taking orders. And you just want to be in charge. You want to, like you said, set the stage. You want to be in control. You want things. It's like this.
Or you just know it all.
Yeah, that's all either my way or the freaking highway. That's what it is. And a lot of those people, they end up alone.
So do you think that them being that way stem from a past relationship, past hurt that made them that way, or that's just the way they are? What do you think?
I do believe that it's from past relationships, because there are men, like I said, there are men out there that'll let a woman just talk to them any kind of way and embarrass them and all kinds of things. But at the end of the day, I ain't paying her no attention. Some of those men be having pieces on the side too.
A lot of those men, if they like that, they marry those women too. We don't name drop, so I can't, but I know something that I put up with your mess
from 9 to 5, but from 6 to 8, I got something else going on. I don't have to deal with it all the time.
There's something that just recently happened that you and I both, outside of close people that we know or close people that we don't know, like any events that have transpired with men like that and with men and women like that these men say, hey, I'm gonna lock it down because I ain't got to do nothing. This woman's gonna take care of me for life. That is happening today.
I'm looking like I'm trying to think of who.
These women are
It don't matter at this point, but
marrying these women. They are really marrying these women and putting on because they know these women gonna take care of them for life.
got you. I follow you. I totally agree.
And from the giddy up, these women, that's what I don't understand. From the
But
start,
you know what?
these show these women that, hey, you gonna give me this, give me that. I'm gonna do, oh, okay, so I'm gonna stay with you. So
But
these
what
women
does
know
that
they
say
start
about
buying
that
these
man?
men.
But what does that say about that man?
He has
If
no
you
integrity.
none whatsoever, you're shallow, you want nothing for yourself. You and when you
But
said
he got everything. He just ain't had to work for it.
yeah, but that's like when you said that about the men that want the type of woman that their mom was. I think that's really sad because you'll never be able to stand up on your own 2 feet.
They're just like these women, they call them gold diggers. They don't want to stand on their own 2 feet. They want to lay on somebody's back, on their back.
But you know what makes it even worse? They are so capable
Absolutely.
of doing these things for themselves.
Yes,
But why should I have to do it if I can get if I can get the milk for free? Why buy the cow?
Absolutely, but a lot of them buying the cow now because those cows are saying, well, hey, if I'm doing all this, what you gonna give me? Okay, I give you my last name. As long as you keep up the good work.
But they don't even know the history behind the people that they be dealing with sometimes. You know, like they don't even know what these people really stand for. Like they have no integrity. They just don't care about anything other than getting what they can get from somebody else.
Yes, I agree, bro.
Ah, that's low. That's very low. So, what kind of encouraging words? Do you have any encouraging words for our listeners? You know, like let's say, for instance, you know, women out there that are in relationships that, you know, they're being abused verbally, physically, emotionally, that we can just encourage to try to help them get out of their situation. Like, what do you have to offer?
I don't know. I just, you know, in a situation like women are being abused, these women just need to know that you're beautiful, you're strong. You can do anything. You don't need anybody to, you don't need to depend on anybody to, just stand up and do it. I know it's hard, but don't give up the fight. Just keep fighting. And just know, number one, especially if you're being abused, you are beautiful and there is help out there. People are there to help. You just got to be willing to talk. And I know a lot of people don't talk because they have this, what goes on in the house, stay in the house, but that is outdated. So tell somebody, talk to somebody, and just find you if you can, a nice little support group of friends that actually care enough to support and fight for you.
I agree. I would say you have to think of you first. You have to be real with yourself first before you can take on something like that. Because look, being in those types of relationships can be so hard to find your exit.
And it's hard too. It's hard to think of you when you've thought about somebody else so long and put yourself on the back. That's so hard.
It is. But sometimes, unfortunately, and I'm just gonna say it, sometimes you gotta manipulate the situation to get yourself out of it.
Indeed. I agree.
And if that is the route that you need to take, then do that. Because I mean, if you have kids or if you don't have kids or you got family that's there for you and trying to tell you to that this is what you should be trying to do, that's what you need to do. And yes, you definitely want to find a support system.
Absolutely. That is needed. Because even on the way out of that, you're gonna need to be able to talk and
even once you're out of it, you still gonna need that support system. But you gotta find somebody that's genuine, someone that genuinely cares about you. Because
that's the key.
Nowadays,
that's genuine.
Yeah, nowadays people will, sit around and talk with you, and as soon as you get up and walk away, they talk about
the whole neighborhood knows what's going on.
Definitely. So you gotta move in silence. That's really what it's all about. You gotta move in silence because. Hey, if you're dealing with somebody that's verbally and physically abusing you, and now they've gotten a whiff that you trying to leave,
that might cost you your life.
That could be life-threatening, definitely. So, we definitely just, want to say that, like I said, think of yourself first.
Absolutely. Love thyself.
Yeah.
Learn how to love yourself again is key. So.
Yeah, because to be with a person and to let them do you like that, there's something that you're lacking. It's something that's not there. You're trying to fill some type of space that's empty.
Yes.
So yeah, that is important. You definitely gotta find something else to fill that space, because
absolutely.
Other than that, it's gonna be hard to get yourself up out of the situation. But hey, we here and we listening, and we love our listeners. We just want y'all to know that, because it's real out here. Like like I said in the intro, we just trying to help other women like ourselves.
Apply that pressure. Come on,
and also be and do and have whatever it is that you want, because it's so possible. It is so
absolutely
possible. As a matter of fact, it's more than possible. It can happen. It
absolutely
can happen. So thank y'all for listening again, for tuning in to the Sisterhood of the Traveling Personalities podcast. We will do this again. So make sure.
Absolutely.